What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Beyond the Grade Media. Josh here, and I was thinking we would just do something simple this evening, like show off my Scream Factory collection. Blu-rays and 4Ks. They're in relative alphabetical order, and it's pretty easy to do, and I'm just trying to get all these levels and everything knocked out, so this is pretty simple. The only rule I have is if it's a dope edition, I'm going to hold it up and kind of show it off. If it's taking too long or I start to fumble around, I'll try to edit that out to make it smooth, but here we go. Starting us off in 4K is Alligator. Awesome death scene. Killer movie. Alligator. Amityville Trilogy 1, The Possession, and then Amityville 3D. Autopsy of Jane Doe. Babadook. This is decent. How it opens up. Right? Dude. Big Trouble in Little China. Massive Kurt Russell fan. Love both having Pacific poster art. Love. Body Bags, John Carpenter. Say his name 5 times, right? Ultimate Edition. This thing is money. Dude. Candyman. Carrie, Steelbook. Love Carrie. Love the book. Worship Carrie. Carrie's. Quick show. 4K. The remake from Zack Snyder, Dawn of the Dead. Pretty decent remake. It's hard. You're never going to beat George Romero, but Dead Silence. James Wan, before Insidious, right? Dead Silence rips. Cronenberg. The Dead Zone. Dog Soldiers in 4K. Great movie, great werewolf transformations. Kind of like Night of the Living Dead, but with werewolves and dogs and soldiers, right? So, Don't Knock Twice. I actually kind of like this little witchy movie. Yeah, I think I got that from Walmart back when it came out. Sam Raimi's Drag Me to Hell. Great effects. Johnny Carpenter, Escape from New York. Great music. Kurt Russell. Excellent. Event Horizon. Don't sleep on Event Horizon. I wish this was in 4K. This is just the Blu-ray Collector's Edition. I know there's a 4K. I'm working on it. The Exorcist 2, the Heretic? What am I doing? Heretic. I'm so stupid sometimes. Cool collector's edition though. I love the silhouette. Is this the best sequel ever? The Exorcist 3? Focus. Awesome movie. Obviously the shears and that lady coming at you. This thing is mean. One of the few box sets I have. I had to go out and get it on eBay because I wanted both the posters, the one in the lake and then that other one. Oh my. Anyway, these have great poster art on most of them. The first 4 I think are 4K scans. You get bonus material. This comes with the, replaced discs and everything. Dude. Jason Goes to Hell, Jason X, Freddy vs. Jason, the new Friday the 13th, and then obviously all the special features. This is a steep investment, but Scream Factory knocked it out of the park. This is really what sold me on Scream Factory. That is a 10. All day. Another 10, The Fog. Some of these steelbooks are going to struggle with the light, but this This thing is gorgeous. Look at this. I'm only going to open up the really cool ones. Most of them are pretty cool. So, this one I just got. I would love to review it. Just watched it with my buddy and my brother. Funhouse, 4K, Toby Hooper. I was sleeping on this movie. Oh my word, this is awesome, awesome. I had it confused with Tourist Trap, and I was like, oh, this is PG. I think my kids can watch it, but no. There's nudity. There's a lot of gore. Not a lot, but yeah. Ghost Story. This is underseen, underslept, slept on, everything. Ghost Story. I think this movie's a 10. I love anthology type of stories anyway. The effects work. This was the first movie to ever scare my dad, and he told me not to watch it, and it holds a special place. I love Ghost Story. Halloween, 4K Blu-ray. You gotta keep the original poster out on the actual 4K though. This is what started it all. I would love to have the whole set, but there's some Halloween that I don't care for, but I do love that one, obviously. The only other one I picked up in 4K is Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, because it's my favorite Halloween. Not for everybody. And then you gotta keep the original artwork on that one too. Awesome movie. Awesome music. Awesome's like my favorite word too. Killer, dope are pretty popular, but yeah. The Howling, Joe Dante. Pound for pound, almost as good as American Werewolf in London. The transformation, I love how it's kind of like a sleazy slasher for half of it, and then it just goes wrong. The effects work. I mean, they weren't missing Rick Baker that much, right? Another Toby Hooper, Life Force. There's a couple scenes, if you know what I'm talking about, that are worth picking up in 4K. Not my favorite movie, but there's some really cool effects work in that. Decent flick. Angela's having a party. You're invited. Steelbook. Mine's a little beat up. I love Night of the Demons. Absolutely killer flick. Just the title card when I was a little kid used to scare the crap out of me when I was running from the video stores. Love Night of the Demons. Another one I love, Nightbreed 4K Collector's Edition. This is the penultimate edition of this movie. I mean, everything about it rocks. You get a 4K UHD theatrical cut, Blu-ray theatrical cut, Blu-ray director's cut, and then a fourth disc that's just bonus features. I guess you can pause if you want to see all that. And I keep the OG artwork on there. Not the VHS, but this. Lori Was Wrong. Nightbreed, Clive Barker. 10s. Forget about it. Another one of my favorite movies that I discovered in the TNT Joe Bob Briggs Monster Vision era was Motel Hell. Wicked, wicked little flick. Absolutely love this movie. Meets meat and a man's gotta eat, right? Motel Hell brings it. Farmer Vincent takes all kinds of critters to make Farmer Vincent's fritters. Love that. Damn. Pumpkinhead. There's a theme going here. I love almost all of these movies. Sometimes I buy Scream Factory just because I'm like, I don't think I remember what that was about. I keep the OG artwork on it. Pretty sure it's reversible. Oh no, they screwed me over. They didn't. Pumpkinhead is the first movie I watch every October for a long time. It's a 10. Stan Winston's like one of his few directed movies. He did all, obviously, the effects work. Stan Winston's a god. Love Pumpkinhead. Return of the Living Dead needs no introduction. A lot of people, it's their favorite horror movie. I was kind of late to the game on this movie. I know a lot of people worship it. I love the soundtrack, and it's grown on me, especially the first 25 minutes I love. The cheesiness of it, when I got into horror movies, I wasn't really like... I actually like the scares in the movies, right? So this took me a little bit to get into, but once I did, every year I like it a little bit more. And if nothing else, there is some special features on here. The Decade of Darkness featurette, besides the Army of Darkness short that's on that one, the little documentary. That's my favorite documentary that Scream Factory's done. Return of the Living Dead's worth picking up. That thing's killer. Silver Bullet, another sleeper 80s werewolf flick in 4K. Did I put the other alternate cover on? I did not, because I don't think they gave me one. All of a sudden they just stopped doing that, but 4K Ultra Collector's Edition. That movie's awesome. People Under the Stairs. It's Wes Craven. Besides Last House on the Left, Some people like Shocker, but I think People Under the Stairs, besides Nightmare on Elm Street, that's the best one. This is a great edition. It's got tons of special features. You got a couple of different versions of it. The 4K scan, the original camera negative. People Under the Stairs. All day. Prince of Darkness, John Carpenter. Another flick. Alice Cooper's in it, so it's an automatic. It gets... Can't put it over enough. Alice Cooper's a god too, so this is a great, not as often seen John Carpenter. Love that movie. Ravenous, my favorite cannibal movie ever. This thing in the 90s. I brought this to every sleepover. I love this movie. I think it's excellent. It's got the reversible cover art down there too. You are what you eat. If you haven't seen Ravenous and you like a good snow kind of war epic drama with lots of people eating each other, this is for you. Ravenous rips, dude. Awesome movie. Session 9. I don't have the newest edition. I know there's that second site. This is the one that I picked up because it's usually cheap. When I first watched this, I thought it was creepy, but I didn't really know like what it was trying to say. I watched it. I might have had a little bit of... There might have been alcohol involved, but when I went back and rewatched it a few years later, it's a vibe. I do love Session 9. It took me a little bit. My second favorite anthology besides Creepshow is Tales from the Mother Effing Dark Side. There's a 4K of this. I just bought Pumpkinhead, and of course then they release it. Reversible slip art with the original cover, collector's edition. Tales from the Dark Side needs no introduction. This is George Romero, Stephen King. This is... Dude. What are you doing? Pick that up. Get the 4K though. Coming to the end, The Fly. This box set is awesome. You get The Fly, Return of the Fly, Curse of the Fly, then you get the new Fly and The Fly 2. If nothing else, get The Fly 2. That's The Fly is like in my top 10. The remake with Jeff Goldblum, Cronenberg, but it's worth having that just for The Fly 2. And it's hard to find The Fly. So another of my favorite John Carpenter movies, They Live. This is probably the best looking steelbook that I have. They Live. We Sleep. Look at this slipcover. Get out of town. That thing is so dope. In 4K. Decent transfer. A little bit of grain, but it looks awesome. Scream Factory, that's all of them. I don't know how many that is. It took about 12 minutes, so if you're still hanging out, I appreciate you. I don't have as many like Arrow, Vinegar Syndrome, some other ones I collect, Criterion, Kino's. I might have 20 or 30, but I do have a decent amount of Shout. And then I got a bunch of DVDs, but appreciate you being here. If you're here for horror, I'm here for you. Stay scared. Cheers.